violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me. I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video. So guys, we got to talk about this. We have the rapper Cash Out. Lord have mercy. Him and his mama done got themselves in trouble. 36 also rhyme with that. Run with that Nina. Rhyme with a hoe named Keisha. Smoking on Keisha. Yeah, that Cash Out. The Atlanta rapper has been sentenced to pretty much life in prison. Okay, a 70-year sentence from my understanding. And he's speaking out at the trial. Mama speaking out at the trial. They had things to say. I mean, he's sentenced for a RICO sex trafficking trial. This the trial that they should have got Diddy on. But the problem with Cash Out is where he made the mistake is he didn't get any famous people caught up in his sex trafficking scheme. He was probably, sending these hoes out to like his homie, on the block, paying them $750 for the pussy. There's multiple allegations of rape from Cash Out and other associates. So what I want to do is let's just I want to play some clips just about who Cash Out really is. All right. And he speaks about his street background often in his career. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a video of him talking about his street background and his street life and all this kind of stuff, and just how he was using. Apparently, the feds are, or the city of Fulton County, they're alleging that he used his celebrity and stardom to lure women into this sex trafficking ring. So we're gonna watch a video from Vlad TV because he's talking about, his street credibility and all that kind of stuff. And this could be a valuable lesson to all the YNs who are thinking about going this route. He was trying to do the pimping thing and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, there's a way to do it, I guess, but this ain't it. And then when you have the abuse of women top down on that, then that's where you have the issue. So let's get into it.
Gas mask.
Gas mask. So what does that represent?
Man, it's a lot of smoke going on.
Oh, right.
It's the smoke arm.
You got the leaf.
It's the smoke arm, man.
That's the smoke arm.
Gas, smoke, leaves, the microphone, the music.
I got it right
Nah, you got a chest tat, death before dishonor, It's a little something, nothing too major.
Right. What's the one line?
It's the street time. If you're definitely from the streets, you know what that means. You got these plugs out on your back because they know I'm moving at pecs. So, that's what that means. If you got the street terminology, the street knowledge, you know what I'm talking about.
I got you. Growing up in that life, what's some of the things that you really gone through?
A lot of life-changing moments, as far as, going through the things that you normally go through when you live in the life, that type of life, as far as, getting in trouble, catching cases and catching a serious case. And
yeah, you caught
2 serious cases,
Talk about those cases.
Just some, I got caught into, I don't really get into it like that. You feel me?
It's public record.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you.
You never know. They might try to bring something back up on you, but I'm just blessed that it was not guilty verdict, and moved on. You feel me? Oh yeah.
So obviously he got into some trouble in the past, and obviously the prosecution, they're gonna bring that up and they're gonna bring that into the trial. But it's interesting because Mama got tied up in this stuff. So Mama got tied up into this whole sex trafficking ring. And then he had his cousin, Tyrone Taylor, speaking out at the sentencing. So, we can kind of reverse engineer this thing. Let's hear from Big Tyrone. Let's hear from Big Tyrone before we listen to Mama. Okay, then we're gonna listen to Cash Out and see what they're saying at the sentencing. Then we're gonna reverse engineer this thing, see what the court was actually alleging, specific charges, and maybe break down a little bit of the timeline. We got a little time today. So, they brought down this sex trafficking ring. Obviously, his biggest mistake was not getting anybody powerful, famous, important tied up in it, or otherwise he would have got a sweetheart sentencing like Diddy did. Well, Diddy hasn't been sentenced yet, but he would have got a deal, at least charges dropped, and the lesser charges are the ones that actually stuck. But, they typically aren't a big deal in Diddy's context. But in this case, he didn't really have anybody to bring in or rope in that had power. So it was just him, Mama, his cousin, like all the hood niggas just got together and thought that they was on some pimping shit, and they took it too far. And that's what it seems like to me. I mean, does he deserve life plus 70 years? I don't know. We're going to have to really listen into it. Y'all are learning just as I am. So buckle up. This could get touchy. But we're going to listen to Tyrone Taylor at sentencing. This is already when the fat ladies, you know, this is right before the fat lady sings and he's about to get sentenced. So let's listen up.
Hey, how you doing, Your Honor? Good morning. My name is Tyrone Orlando Taylor. Speak up a little loud for me, sir. My name is Tyrone Orlando Taylor.
I will say, notice how these ninjas is all loud in the streets and all buck in the streets, but then they get in front of that judge, and you know, it looked like everybody in there is chocolate. So you got the sister judge, the sister clerk, the sister stenographer. You got the sister, the Dyken bailiff, and then you got another brother who's a bailiff. So, I mean, you can't say he didn't get a fair trial. And this is us policing our own. So this is what y'all have to consider. This is considered us policing our own. So let's listen up to what he got to say. But, you know, he doesn't really seem as confident, you know, shackled up as he most likely did on the streets.
I know my life ain't been perfect. I made a lot of mistakes in life. I know my background ugly, but not violence, like being caught with guns and
Damn, he tried to plead his case to the judge. This don't even look good. He like, well, I know I ain't I ain't lead you know, the best life, but you know, I done caught a couple charges, but none of them really violent. I mean, I done been caught with guns, but none of them really violent. I didn't use those guns except for the times that I didn't get caught, but none of it's really been violent. I was just trying to scare some niggas. Like that's the route you want to go, my mans. Your attorney approved this, bro. You must have got a public defender, because, hey, man, you should have just, hey, chalk that up, took that to the grave. Hey, look, man, I ain't finna plead my case to these folks. They already know what they want to do with me. I'm gonna say my grace, and then, you know, it's in God's hands at that point, because he just digging a deeper grave.
Robbery and murders and stuff. I know that I made a lot of mistakes by making the wrong decisions. And I learned since 2019, I've been incarcerated, to make the right decision. I learned a lot of patience. And the victims who accusing me of something that they said I did, that I didn't do. And
Judge is pissed when he said that shit. She done looked down at the charges. She's like, nigga, you say you didn't do this, but you got all these witnesses coming out. You got all this evidence. The bailiff like, look at the bailiff's face. He like, what did this ninja just say? He ain't do it. Y'all hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal, hit the Super Trap. You already know what it is. We monetize in this. Yeah. Okay, so y'all can put something in the collection plate.
it hurt me. Since I've been locked up, my family, I've been having folks dying on me.
Uh-oh.
My son growing up, my daughter growing up. And I've been doing the best I can to get out this situation. And for the victim, Jordan Allen, I asked that she forgive me if she felt like I did any harm to her. I don't harm no one. I help people. I always have jobs that I work. I was a chef. I put pipes in the ground. I helped create Centennial Park, the Kroger off Ponce.
He say he helped recreate Centennial Park. He tried to throw the construction jobs he done did. Yo, I ain't never said shit. I ain't never seen no nigga throw the construction jobs that he done did in the case. Oh, shit. He said, I done worked on Centennial Park when they recreated it. You know, that restaurant down the street. Yeah, I worked on that shit. That Chick-fil-A, I laid the cement for that bitch. I'm useful to society. Shit. Damn, this nigga trying to plead his case for real. This shit crazy.
Young. I was working. I was doing a lot of positive things, but I had my foot sometimes in the wrong mud.
Foot in the wrong mud. Lord have mercy.
So since I've been doing time, I learned to stay positive and don't do nothing negative. Just stay positive and stay prayed up. I talk to my mama every day until that's all who I call my mama. Every day since I was
I mean, cash out mama in the case. So what that mean? Your mama's a co-conspirator. Don't bring mama into the case, nigga. Hey, shut up. Stop talking. Nigga, stop talking. Bringing mama in the case. Come on, dog. Come on, dog. That's foul play. He tried to bring mama into it. You talk to mama all day. What does she know about this? That's the next line of question they gonna ask is behind. He need to just stop talking. Just stop, bruh. It's over.
And I talk to my son. I tell him, make the right decision. I talk to him like he's a brother. Make the right decision. And think about the consequences on the bad and the good. And I know that people judge me on my look. I got a strong face.
A strong face. Is that what we calling it nowadays? That's what we calling it nowadays. A strong face. Niggas judge him because he got a strong face.
Man, I look like I can't help how I look. I'm not no violent person, no herder. I don't hurt nobody. And any woman who got up down the stand and said I hurted them, they can't show no proof, no picture, no report that I.
Damn, going at the victims right before sentencing is not a good move. Brother, I mean, these YNs need some PR. I mean, you're being accused of some nasty stuff, violence against women, taking advantage of them sexually, and that's what you gonna say right before sentencing, big dog? These hoes can't prove it though. These hoes can't prove it though. That's your go-to, bro. You're cooked, bro. Bro is cooked.
I really physically hurted them. I got a mother, I got sisters, I got nieces, I got aunties. I love women. I ain't ever committed no crime that they're accusing me that I committed. You can look at my record. In the past, I was a user. I used to use drugs, and in 2017.
Niggas, stop admitting to more crimes. Just stop it. Stop, bro. Please, you're digging. He's digging his own grave. The clerk, like, yeah, I got that. She typing that shit. Or she using the little voice. Or she getting that shit input into her computer. Lord, this nigga is just admitting to more crimes.
I was in a drug program called Stan Inks. Fulton County put me in now. And when I was in now.
Bro, this hurts your case. Look, his lawyer just scratched his head. This hurts your case though, bro. Because now you're saying, well, I was put in these programs that y'all put me in, and I'm back in here, so obviously it didn't work. That's what you're admitting, bro. You're admitting that you knew better and you didn't do better. Look at the lawyer scratch his head. He like, bro, dude, I told you not to do this shit.
The county put me in now. And when I was in now.
Lawyer had to scratch his bald head. He said, I told this nigga not to do this shit. He said, I told this man not to do this. Now we ain't got no chance at an appeal.
When I completed the program, I was with my friend Felicia. I was in a
Talking to Felicia.
relationship with her in 2017, 18, and 19. I got caught up with this for something that I didn't do.
Uh-oh.
And
Look at the bailiff. This nigga right here, hey, he ain't playing no games. He like, flinch. If you even move, I'm about to be on your behind.
I don't know how to say it, but I know that if I actually can't get another chance
Uh-oh.
to prove that I'm a righteous person, I'm not violent, I'm not no threat, I'm not none of that what they saying I am. I promise you I'm not. That's all I got to say, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, thank you for giving him the opportunity to speak.
Wow. That was an absolute freaking train wreck. That was an absolute freaking train wreck of a last statement. Now it's Mama turn. Let's see what Mama got to say for herself. Mama! All right, come on, Mama. Shuffling and shit. Mama got a face tattoo. Or is that just a mole? Oh, she got some neck tattoos. Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Speak up, Mama. You know she was yelling at that. You know she know how to speak up. She Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. You know she was yelling at Cash Out and Tyrone when they was in Pampers around the house. Y'all stop all that running up the damn stairs. Now she get in front of the judge. Good morning, Your Honor. Like, bitch, speak up.
I'd like to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm sorry. I'd like to say thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak. Not a day, ever since I turned myself in, I was always prayerful for the victims.
Lord.
I take accountability.
That's good. Okay. Prayer for the victims. Take accountability. That's it, Mama. Plead your case. It ain't gonna help, but hell, she's still gonna die in prison. But hey, plead your case now, Mama. She's sounding a little better than Tyrone. Tyrone didn't have no remorse. He was like, shit, I done did some shit in the past and I'm gonna do some shit in the future. It is what it is, Your Honor. Thank you.
I pray for them continuously. I pray for the district attorney's office. I pray for
not praying for the district attorney's office. Nah, she folding like a motherfucker. You know she was Lord, she folding like a motherfucker. She folding like a damn beach chair. Praying for the district attorney's office is insane. They the ones prosecuting you. Yo, anything to get out them shackles. She just, if y'all would just give me another chance and let me out of jail so I can go back to the club one more time and find me some hoes for my son and his cousin. Thank you, Your Honor.
because that's what God requires me to do.
Lord, now God's involved.
And that's what I truly feel in my heart because I love God so much. And I'm so full of joy.
Full of joy before you get sentenced to life? Jesus.
That Friday, when the verdict came in, I wasn't angry at all. Not at all. I almost thought something was wrong with me. So that Saturday, well, the night before, let me back up. I talked to God like I always do.
Somebody put this bitch on suicide watch. Somebody put this bitch on suicide watch. She's schizophrenic. She ain't talking to God.
I must give my testimony to the young ladies in New Beginnings. And I said, Father God.
What the fuck? This bitch became Jehovah's Witness overnight.
I don't want to put my business out there. That's my business. But Father God said, your business is my business. And my agenda is your agenda.
Bruh, I swear to God, I ain't gonna lie. Like, these hoes be getting quotes from God. Like, God didn't tell you that, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Your business is my business, and your agenda is my agenda. And Father God told me this. He whispered it into my cell 89642. What the fuck? These hoes just be lying on God's name, talking about some God told you that your business is my business. Get the fuck out of here, bitch. You wasn't talking to God.
Except for me, which I always do, I respect authority. And Sergeant Ball was on the shift in my pod. So I had to speak to her.
Look, the bailiff laughing.
I was kind of afraid to speak to her. But Father God reminded me, he said, I'm by your side, do not fear.
I gave that hoe a damn tissue. What the fuck?
So I pressed the button and I asked, could I speak to her? Because I knew that in order to get my testimony, there's authority that I must talk to. So I went out and she asked me what was going on. And I said, Sergeant Paul, I'm asking, like, during devotion, will I be able to give my testimony? Because that's what God has said for me to do. It wasn't a choice. God doesn't give you that. He gives commandments. And I never want to be disobedient to God.
Bitch, turn this shit into church. Bitch, turn the sex trafficking sentencing to church. Damn.
She said, Miss Smith, she said, you cannot be disobedient to God. So if you give your testimony and it just saves one person, just one person, you've done what God asked you to do. So I gave my testimony to about 35 women in the New Beginnings pod with me.
Oh, God.
God was speaking through me. I give him all the praise and glory. It's not me at all.
Bitch didn't find God till she got arrested. Shut the fuck up.
My attorney, she's been great. She's been great. And she asked me when she came Sunday to speak to me.
She asked me. She looked me in the eye just like this. And she said, bitch, are you ready to do all this time? Sometimes I just crack myself up. All right, let's
what I would like her to say, and she has done that. And I just say, give me an opportunity just to speak to the judge just a little bit. I'm so sorry for the victims, and I pray for them and will continue to pray. Because God says, if you love me, you love others. And when I pray wholeheartedly. I didn't think I could do it in the beginning. I said, God, I don't know if I can do this. But he knew exactly what he wanted me to do. He chose me to do this. I couldn't even stop teaching the word if I wanted to. That's not even an option with me. Whatever you wish it to be, I'm okay with that. Because I will continue to spread the good news wherever I
go. You know she gonna be pissed at that judge. You know she gonna be pissed with that judge, man. She said, okay, you good with my sentencing? Okay, take this 30 ball. She said, you said you good with anything that I give you? You said you go preach the gospel? Hey, these women in that pod, they need you now. They gonna need you. How about you start evangelizing and take this 30 ball? God damn. Gave her a fucking 30 ball. Yo, ain't no way. Anything that you sentence me to, Judge, it's God's will. It's the Lord's will. Judge said, you sure? Yeah, I'm sure, Your Honor. Okay, I hereby sentence you to 30 years in prison. Oh, shit.
Because that's the path that God put me on. It's been with me for a long time. I just didn't take notice to it. I love what I do. I love spreading the good news. I love showing love to all, and I mean it wholeheartedly. I'm not angry at all. And I thank you for this opportunity. Miss Winfrey, I thank you. I thank everyone.
Yo, shout out to Wag the dog. He says, take this 20 ball for the Lord.
Oh, say less.
I'm going to be asking that you sentence her to a period of 20 years to serve 5.
Damn.
With the balance on probation. The state.
Damn, and the lawyer was asking for 20. She said, no, take this 30. Take this 30. She said, nah, I'm gonna give you a 30 ball. She said no. The lawyer asked for 20, 5 years time served, and then the rest on probation. She said, nah, take this 30 ball.
My attorney, she's been great. She's been great. And she asked me, she said, give me, and I pray this. I go, notice, love.
I'm going to be asking that you sentence her to a period of 20 years to serve 5 with the balance on probation. The state has listed their conditions. I have no objection to the conditions that they have listed, so I ask that those conditions be the conditions that this court sentence her to. And that she be allowed to serve the balance of her 20 years on probation outside of that 5 years. All right. Thank you, Judge. Thank you.
Lord. So now it's the head honcho's turn. Now it's the ringleader, the made man himself. Cash out. Cash out. All right. So this is what Cash Out talking about. Let's see what he about to talk about. Let's see what he got to say.
I'd like to ask the court to do. Can I have my client address the court?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I want to start out by thanking you for
Shout out to Kermit Alexander. He says 252s are undefeated.
Oh, say less.
giving us a fair trial. I want to thank the jurors for the amount of time that they put in to judge.
This nigga thanking the jury. Lord have mercy.
This trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, you know, sit there and judge someone's life, you know. you know, it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life. I'm not perfect.
Saying that the jury made the wrong call, that's a mistake.
But the things I've been accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and, you know, show remorse to, you know, crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial.
Oh shit, he started naming witnesses. Damn, they had to cut it out.
Not remorse on behalf.
Damn, they had to cut it out. That nigga started naming witnesses. Sealed witnesses.
Of like I did anything to them, because if you know me, and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from.
Oh God, nigga, shut the fuck up. Now you just, I mean, he's just digging the grave. I done met some prostitutes. I done fucked some prostitutes. I done told some prostitutes to fuck my homies. But that don't mean that I was trafficking them hoes, bro. My homies paid me $3,500 because I put them on this bitch. But that don't mean that I was trafficking them hoes, bro. Nigga, shut up.
More standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with.
Oh my God, the judge is like, yeah, this nigga is a. This nigga. The judge scoffed at that. Look at that. Oh my God. You're talking to a female judge, dude. Read the fucking room. Read the room. You're talking to a female judge and you said they was all grown women. Yeah, I was pimping them hoes, but they was all grown. They knew what the hell they was doing. They wanted money just like me. We was both getting it in the streets. Of course, the whores are going to be protected. And you, as a man who's directing these hoes to fuck this, down, the third nigga, you're going to be the ones who's thrown under the bus, bruh. Talking about they some grown women. They chose to be trafficked. Until they didn't, nigga. And that's the point. That's the problem.
Who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women.
Woo! The judge is scoffing at that. Look at that. She hated that response. You could see she visibly became not only apathetic to his statement, but she visibly became, it was almost like he spit in the face of the court. That's the reaction that she gave. Like a mother who chastised their child, and then their child still didn't take accountability for their actions.
As a grown woman, I've only dealt with grown women. Nothing was forced. Nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment.
Ouch.
I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone.
Wow. Now he's saying the court bullied the witnesses into bringing him forth and building this case around. So he's saying that there was prosecutorial misconduct in his case, and these women were bullied to testify against him. And they didn't do this because they were actually, felt like they were wronged, but they did this because the police officers who arrested them, or maybe the prosecutor or DA said, hey, you're going to go down for soliciting prostitution if you don't tell me who put you up to this. And then they gave him up. That's the narrative that he's painting. And I'm sure there's, you know, I'm sure there's like truth to both, but this is not like what you say in your full statement, in your final statement before sentencing. This is what you tell your lawyer so that he can go look for some foul play from whether it be prosecutors or, you know, opposing lawyers or the police. You give that to the lawyer, not in your final statement.
To put the blame on Cash Out or to put the blame on someone who's at the top.
Also, speaking in third person shows narcissistic personality traits. Cash Out. I mean, come on, bro. Your lawyer should have advised you against this or had you write something instead of just go off the dome. He freestyling in this bitch like he in the booth.
That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault for making her decision during a proffer.
And he keep name dropping witnesses.
She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call.
Damn, they blacked the whole thing out because he name dropping witnesses. They got to edit that shit out. I think they had this live.
With me while being incarcerated. I don't fault for doing the things she did with her proffer because, mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery or said, you can't leave me or you can't do this. Every woman you've seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own.
Jeez, bro. I mean, whether they willingly participated in this sex trafficking operation or not, it doesn't matter. It's still the same charge. Now, the grape accusations, that's a whole nother beast. I personally, we have to look deeper into that, but I mean, hell, he got convicted on this, on all of it. So, damn, it's crazy.
During this trial, I was able to see, you know, how valuable life is and how valuable the people that you hang around or the people that you even date or the people that you even know, how valuable it is to judge their character. Sometimes I let people stay around who I knew was going to affect a situation that.
And now he's painting himself as the victim. I mean, this is a psychological catastrophe here
that I had going on. So I don't, and for the people who came to this trial that I never met a day in my life, never had any contact with them, never had a text message with them, never had an interaction with them, don't even know where most of these stories came from. It's baffling. Never forced a woman to commit a sexual act. Never, I've been traveling all around the world from here to Dubai, and you would never hear a woman say that I forced them to do anything sexual or commit a rape with anybody. I don't hang around people that do things of that nature. I feel like, and somebody asked me this the other day, it was like, every time I see your head high and you are always smiling, because when you have that confidence, it takes me back to the Bible. When you have that confidence and
not him invoking the Bible, Lord have mercy. Bruh, y'all got to stop doing this shit. The judge is not buying it.
You know, you can be falsely accused of things. Jesus was falsely accused. A lot of the prophets were falsely accused. You don't have that emotion like you've done something, you know. So if you see me with my head high, or if you see me smiling, it's because I know at the end of the day, through Jesus Christ, the Most High will always give you the actual judgment. So I really thank you for providing us a fair trial. Just me getting to know you during trial, I was like, you know, she's just a judge. But when you sit 12 people in that panel and you know, have them, you know, judge our lives and, you know, put them in a position to judge our lives, you know, it takes you back to, once again, the Bible, when people had to judge these prophets' lives. And I say, if you
I know this nigga ain't calling himself a prophet.
know me, you actually know me. There's plenty of people that know me in this world. There's plenty of people that know me in this jail. There's plenty of people that know me where I'm from. Like I say, once again, I'm not perfect. I come from certain areas. I come from, you know, certain environments. I come from doing things in my past life before the music. But I'm here to tell you that if you sat in this trial and you paid attention to this trial, before these dates, no woman could ever say, I've done those things to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I can say you had these women that never had anything to say about me before this indictment, before the RICO. You had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. I've been incarcerated for 4 years, and these women are interacting with me. These women who took the stand and supposedly scared of me, or monsters, or I'm a monster, or took these proffers. This wasn't the case before they was indicted. So from my perspective, I feel like some people can get bullied into a situation that they really don't really want to do. And I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, you know, feeling that one day the truth will come out. One day the truth will come out on my situation. One day the truth will come out on this rape allegation, that these things never happened. And when you see a person get up on that stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, that means you have to be perfect, like you're Jesus. You have to be perfect on that stand. You can't show.
Man, this guy is not looking good in the face of the judge. Not looking good. And she's the one who has to hand down his sentencing, and she can see that he has no remorse. That's probably why he got the life plus 70 years.
And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me because I had flaws in my life. So you have to tell the complete truth on that stand. And I got up there and see people put their hand on that Bible and not tell the complete truth. And that's baffling. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in the Most High. I put my trust in the universe to bring out the truth, to bring out the truth of these people who made these allegations. To me, it's like you have no heart. You have no heart. And I know people want me to.
Wow. He just said, oh, the witnesses testifying against him have no heart. This guy's about to be a lifer. He's a lifer, man. Fuck.
The stay in line or walk a toe, but when you speaking something truthfully and you speaking from the heart and you know that this is not your character, something must be said. And I just wanted to address the court and give my perspective on the things that I felt during this trial and the judgment that I felt that the jurors gave us was not the correct judgment. And it will show. Thank you.
Ouch. Ouch. That was a big crash out for cash out. That was a big crash out for cash out. So what is actually being alleged? Let's look at some of the things involved in this case that built up this case against rapper Cash Out.
Live at 5, allegations of rape and robbery, crimes dating back to 2015, now in the spotlight today in the sex trafficking trial of Atlanta rapper Cash Out. Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is accused of luring women into prostitution. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston joins us live at 5 from the Fulton County Courthouse. And Yasmina, tell us more about this alleged incident.
Well, today a woman testified that in 2015, she agreed to become a sex worker for rapper Cash Out and a woman named Deanna Sanders, who is also charged in this sex trafficking indictment. A 2015 alleged rape and robbery brought up in court in the RICO case involving an Atlanta rapper.
Get introduced to whatever the plan was, which was going out and get these bookings and do makeup.
The witness in the sex trafficking trial of rapper Cash Out on Thursday told jurors she and a friend initially reached out to a woman named Deanna Sanders via social media in hopes of becoming models after seeing Sanders' lavish lifestyle. The witness testified that instead of modeling, Sanders eventually asked the women if they wanted to work for her business as high-end sex workers. The witness said they agreed and briefly met with rapper Cash Out before being taken to a Marietta motel where they were told by Sanders to wait for clients.
What the hell? How this high end? Where is the high end about this? These hoes got bamboozled. That's probably why they so mad. Y'all got them meeting in this shanty ass motel. If you would have put them in the damn Holiday Inn at least, or I don't even know, maybe a La Quinta. Or hell, the Hilton something, maybe they wouldn't have came and testified against you.
Taken to a Marietta motel where they were told by Sanders to wait for clients. That night, she claimed the women got a call that clients were coming, but instead, 3 men allegedly ambushed the motel room, robbed, and raped the witness.
Damn.
Immediately, guns at gunpoint to get on our knees while the two had us on our knees. The other guy was ransacking the room, and they're screaming and yelling.
And the other woman who was an alleged victim also testified today. Meanwhile, Gibson's attorney denies the allegations. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Damn, so they saying that he made it so that he tried to make it seem like these women were like high-end sex traffickers, and then he put them in the hotel or the motel, and then he sent some niggas to rob them and then grape them. Rob them for what though? What do they even have? What do they even have that he thought they were gonna be robbing? I mean, this dude is stuck on stupid. So we got a police officer testifying in the Cash Out case. This guy has a whole bunch of evidence being stacked up against him. You know how the court views the word of a cop. It's pretty much bond. So let's listen up here.
Testimony in the sex trafficking trial of Atlanta rapper Cash Out. The rapper is facing multiple charges, including luring women into prostitution as part of a RICO case. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. And Yasmina, an officer who helped an alleged victim, took the stand today.
Y'all hit the Cash App, hit the Super Trap. Y'all already know we monetize. If you want your chats read on screen, hit that Super Trap. Weigh in on the conversation. Let me know what you think about this.
Yeah, that's right. And jurors learned more about the area where some of this alleged sex trafficking took place, as well as heard from one of the officials who responded to one of those incidents. More insight into some of the alleged sex trafficking incidents involving Atlanta rapper Cash Out. The rapper, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is facing several charges in a RICO case, including rape and luring women into prostitution, along with another defendant named Tyrone Taylor. A woman testified on Tuesday saying she was held against her will, raped, and forced into prostitution at a Fulton County motel after meeting Taylor and later Gibson. We learned that motel, which has since been demolished, is the Airway Motel on Fulton Industrial Boulevard, an area known for prostitution, according to one witness's testimony on Wednesday.
My main goal that day was to get her to safety if she needed to be taken to safety. So that was my goal, to get her removed from that situation.
That Fulton County police officer testified he responded to the motel for a call that someone's life was in danger. A woman answered the motel door with a man standing behind her. Here's how the officer described their interaction.
She started to tell me that, she's good, whatever, no, she's okay. But the look on her face kind of rose an alarm in my mind. It's kind of like that, like I said, deer in headlights, that panic look of, I don't know how to explain it, kind of like not her saying that, her just repeating lines to say that, you know, being out there and dealing with prostitution and sex trafficking and underage prostitution, you know, you could recognize a look when somebody's saying something, but they don't mean it.
Defense attorneys argued the woman never asked motel management for help or told them about what was allegedly happening.
And the rapper's mom, known as Mama Cash Out, is also on trial, accused of sex trafficking. Defense attorneys deny the accusations. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
All right. So let's get another piece. All right. So let's get another accusation. This is ex-girlfriend testifying against him.
Cash Out's ex-girlfriend just took the stand testifying in his sex trafficking trial. The rapper and 2 others are on trial accused of luring women into prostitution. Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live from the Fulton County Courthouse tonight. And Yasmina, this witness is also listed in the indictment.
Yeah, that's right. The woman calls herself the ex-girlfriend of rapper Cash Out, but she was also arrested on prostitution-related charges in this indictment.
A woman took the stand in the sex trafficking trial of Atlanta rapper Cash Out. She says she was in a relationship with the rapper, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, and is listed in an indictment along with Gibson and several others facing prostitution-related charges. On Monday, she testified Gibson secluded her from loved ones while living in a Midtown condo together. The woman testified the rapper had her drive around women who were allegedly doing sex work for him, as well as collect money from those women.
I had to go to a hotel, which was the same female I picked up before. I had to go to the hotel and get the money, and there was nothing. She just opened the door and passed me the money, and I had to take it to him.
Damn. So she is putting together the fact that there was a financial incentive. Shout out to Rudy Bishop. With the super trap. He says, "Hey, cuz, welcome back. I knew you would rally like the Niners over the Falcons. Behave now. You got a reprieve from the governor." Well, appreciate that.
Oh, say less.
We appreciate your contribution, Rudy Bishop, to the stream, and we will continue to build this channel and bring you guys the hard-hitting news and facts on cases like this and more.
He just said so she had something for me, so I went and got it and took it to him.
The woman also claimed Gibson used her photos and social media to recruit women plus clients for sex work.
I was aware that my pictures were being used, and that was told to me by someone else that my pictures were being used. So I searched it myself, and I seen my pictures were being used.
Damn. So he was using her pictures against her will to sell the sex, and then ultimately, I guess she wasn't involved in that part of it.
The woman told the jury she initially didn't know about Gibson's alleged dealings in prostitution.
Now, the rapper's attorney denies the allegations and even argued the woman hopes prosecutors will grant her immunity for her testimony. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
All right. Wow. I mean, this is rough. This is a rough one for sure. Because he got a whole bunch of people testifying against him. I'll tell you that much. This is more from the police testimony.
Now, for crucial testimony from detectives about a raid of an Atlanta rapper's home in an ongoing sex trafficking trial.
Cash Out is accused of luring women into prostitution. Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live at the Fulton County Courthouse. Yasmina, jurors learned that house was allegedly used for sex work.
Yeah, that's right. And that house is very close to Fulton Industrial Boulevard and also close to a motel that has come up in this trial already, allegedly tied to prostitution and rapper Cash Out.
In a lengthy sex trafficking RICO case involving an Atlanta rapper, jurors learned more about a Fulton County house tied to allegations of prostitution. On Thursday, Fulton County police detectives who executed a search warrant on a home of rapper Cash Out testified about raiding the house on Alfred Road. Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is accused of using that residence for prostitution. Gibson is facing multiple charges, including sex trafficking and rape. The latest testimony claimed that prior to the raid, one of the alleged victims told detectives about her situation after she was initially stopped for public indecency near Fulton Industrial Boulevard in 2019. She allegedly told police about the home. A detective testified the alleged victim also shared her social worker's contact information, and the detective claimed she and that social worker kept in contact about the alleged victim's whereabouts until before the raid. The jury previously heard this victim's testimony. Here's one detective testifying about his conversation with the alleged victim.
She stated that she had been beaten by a gentleman named Cash Out.
Damn. So she said Cash Out beat her ass. And then Cash Out really got on the stand on his last statements, speaking against the word of a police officer. And I know it's she said to he said, and then he testified, but I mean, they're going to believe the police officer's testimony. I mean, he's trying to make it seem like he didn't hold any of these women against their will, but once you bring in the violent and the threat of harm or injury, serious injury, then, I mean, you got a problem.
Which we later identified as John Michael Gibson. And that she was engaged in prostitution and that she was being forced to conduct acts of prostitution by Mr. Gibson.
Gibson is on trial along with his mom, known as Mama Cash Out, and Tyrone Taylor. The group allegedly used their record company to recruit women into sex work.
Now, defense attorneys deny these accusations. As for this trial, it will likely last for another couple of weeks. Live at the Fulton County Courthouse, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Damn, and just like that, it only took a couple weeks for them to prove their case. Now they got bank records showing payments tied to sex. This is not good.
We're learning more about an alleged sex trafficking enterprise involving Atlanta rapper Cash Out. Bank statements were revealed today in court. And Channel 2 investigative reporter Ashley Lincoln is live in the newsroom. Ashley, you found out more about those actual transactions.
Yeah, Linda, bank statements revealed a number of transactions on the adult site Backpage. The investigator testified he found it unusual to see multiple large deposits of money back to back at a single bank.
What were those deposit amounts?
500, 900, 600, 600.
Prosecutors laid out a...
Why the hell is this nigga depositing like whole money into his bank account? That shit dumb as hell.
Money trail for jurors.
3 check card purchases at Backpage.com.
Alleging Atlanta rapper...
3 check card purchases for Backpage.com. No.
Out, whose given name is John Gibson, and his mother, Linda Smith, had an enterprise profiting from prostitution.
Wow. Now look at that damn motel they had them hoes fucking in. That's a damn shame.
For this Cash App account, what's the display name?
Linda Smith, Mama Cash.
An investigator shared his findings from bank statements connected to at least 4 different bank accounts spanning from 2013 to 2022. Gibson, his mother, and cousin, Tyrone Taylor, are accused of forcing women into sex trafficking. Over the 5 weeks of this trial, jurors heard harrowing accounts from alleged victims. Bank statements show rent payments were made to locations where some of the alleged trafficking took place. The defense argued against presenting those documents and maintains Gibson didn't force women into sex trafficking.
My concern, obviously, and my objection on the record would be that these are hearsay, that they're simply allegations, they're pleadings, and they're not final judgments. So for those reasons, Your Honor, I would object to these documents.
Okay. It's relevant as to showing the outflow of money from Kiara Adams' bank account and used to benefit Linda Smith here, who's the at least registered lessee of this location.
And advocates are speaking out about these types of trafficking cases. A federal jury just awarded a victim a multi-million-dollar judgment. I'll share those details tonight on Channel 2 Action News at 6. Reporting in the newsroom, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
Damn. Now let's go to text messages. It's not looking good for Cash Out, man. Not at all.
Messages between an Atlanta rapper and alleged victims in an ongoing sex trafficking trial made public today.
They're part of the evidence against Cash Out, who's accused of luring women into prostitution. Atlanta News First Yasmina Alston is at the Fulton County Courthouse, where anti-sex trafficking organizations are keeping an eye on cases like this.
Anti-sex trafficking organizations say voices of victims are so important in trials like this one happening here in Fulton County involving Atlanta rapper Cash Out. Rapper Cash Out, whose real name is John Michael Gibson, is charged with sex trafficking, along with his mom, known as Mama Cash Out, and Tyrone Taylor. On Friday, jurors heard about text messages that showed conversations between Gibson and one of the alleged victims, giving more insight into allegations against Gibson. Prosecutors have argued Gibson used his status to recruit women into sex work around Metro Atlanta, including at a Marietta motel and at a home near Fulton Industrial Boulevard. Defense attorneys deny the allegations and argue the women could have removed themselves or called for help. Jurors have already heard from several alleged victims. Those are the voices the Rights for Girls group says are vital. They're an organization working to end violence against girls.
I think it's really important to really place survivor voices at the helm and to really understand that the violence that's experienced in the sex trade, irrespective of how someone identifies, is lifelong, and it's not only physical, but it is emotional.
And the jury has also already heard from sex trafficking experts as well as law enforcement officials who worked this investigation. In Fulton County, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
Damn. So now let's get into the sentencing. Lord have mercy. It is not looking good for this brother right here. All right. We're going to run it back. The judge talking about he had diabolical conduct. So let's listen up. Skip ahead.
Ready?
Here we go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, during the course of this trial, the court heard and viewed evidence demonstrating the very worst of human behavior toward other human beings. The jury verdict in this case reflects that the state met its burden in proving beyond a reasonable doubt that the diabolical conduct of the defendants occurred. The sentencing to be meted out by this court will be responsive to that. Mr. John Michael Hakeem Gibson, would you please stand? On count one, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement.
Damn.
To run consecutive with count 10.
Damn.
On count 10, rape. Life in confinement.
Damn.
Count 12, aggravated sodomy.
Damn.
Life in confinement to run concurrent. With count 10.
Damn.
Count 22, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1.
Damn.
Count 23, trafficking a person for sexual servitude. 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 22.
Damn.
Count 24 on the lesser included offense of battery. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 25, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. 5 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count
Damn.
23.
Football numbers.
Count 26, pimping.
Pimping.
12 months to serve in confinement
Damn, they got a charge for pimping.
to run concurrent with count 10. Count 27, pandering. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10.
Damn.
Count 28, keeping a place of prostitution.
Damn.
12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10. Count 29, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 10.
Sheesh.
Count 30, simple battery, merges into count 24, battery. Count 45, possession of prohibited items by an inmate. 5 years.
Damn, he got caught up in jail too. This man was trying to get high in jail. Shit.
To serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 25. Conditions of this sentence: no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, to include Diamond Urban or their families.
Boom.
You are to register as a sex offender.
Damn.
You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo condominium, 2171 Peachtree. You are to stay away from the St. George's Commons address, and you are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor.
Damn.
All right.
This nigga got banned from all of Atlanta.
You may be seated. All right. Ms. Smith and counsel, please stand.
Here we go. Mama cash out. Come on, mama.
As to count 1, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement.
Damn.
Count 37, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 10 years to serve in confinement.
Damn.
To run consecutive to count 1. You're to have no contact with any of the victims, including Diamond Irvin, named in this indictment, or their families. You are to register as a sex offender.
Damn.
You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road, the Mezzo at 2171 Peachtree Road, the address at the St. George's Commons, 9340, and the FIB, Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You may be seated. All right, Mr. Taylor.
Tyrone, let's get it. Take your
On
lick.
count 1, violation of the Georgia RICO Act, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 9. Count 9, rape, life in confinement. Count 11, aggravated sodomy, life in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 13, trafficking a person for sexual servitude, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 1. Count 15, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, 20 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 13.
Damn.
Count 16, false imprisonment, 10 years to serve in confinement to run consecutive with count 15. Count 17, pandering by compulsion, 10 years to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 18, possession of cocaine.
Damn.
3 years to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 19, tampering with evidence. 12 months to serve in confinement to run concurrent with count 9. Count 20, willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer by use of threats or violence. 10 years to serve to run concurrent with count 9 and a suspended fine of $300. You're to have no contact with any of the victims named in the indictment, nor are you to have any contact with Diamond Irvin or any of their families. You are to stay away from the Fulton Industrial Boulevard corridor. You are to stay away from 737 Alfred Road in Atlanta. You are to stay away from the Mezzo address at 2171 Peachtree Road and the address at the St. George Commons, 9340. You register as a sex offender.
Damn. Boom. So there you have it, man. There you have it. Sentencing of rapper Cash Out. They completely cooked him. It's pretty much OV for him. He wasn't that remorseful in his last statement, so it's just a damn shame. You know, I guess his rap career wasn't going as well as we had thought. Maybe there's not as much money in rap as we had anticipated, and he resorted to other means that ended up, you know, having him spend the rest of his life in prison. So, damn, it looked like my camera got out of focus. Hold on. Yeah, but it's just a shame. It's just a shame. It's a wild situation. Cash Out. I called him Cash App. Matter of fact, hit the Cash App, but Cash Out completely crashed out. And he's about to serve life in prison. So it was never worth it, but mama got hit too. Cousin got hit too. It's a family affair. Very unfortunate. And the victims were served justice. But you already know what it is, man. It's the Black Gen Z Mindset, a.k.a. BGZM News 17, a.k.a. Jenquavius Jackson. I appreciate everybody for joining the stream, participating in the stream. Those super traps, very helpful. Donate to the channel. Join the Patreon. Make sure you join the Patreon. That is where you can find exclusive content. We dig a little deeper on the Patreon. But you can also shop at the merch store. We got merch to support the channel. So, I mean, not much to say, but Cash Out is completely done, crashed out, jail, prison for the rest of his life. And it's a shame because a lot of those dudes, you know, during that era when they was coming up with the rap stuff, they had a lot of potential. But these super rapping gremlins are demon time. What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo! Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That ain't
with
me.
that funky ass suit on. That's that nigga.
That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Janquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Guess what? I could be at work, at school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. But I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.